EEAT. EEAT stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trust. And it is one of the ranking content by Google. So particularly in what they call the Your Life, Your Money space. This is the space that RWS Content and Strategy operates in, basically health and wellness, but also anything related to money, anything related to health. Google wants to see content or wants to rank content that is created by experts or by an authoritative, like legit location. They are promoting a lot of .gov sites or like university sites like Johns Hopkins. So that's been a ranking factor. And I've always thought that with all this change in SEO, people can easily just produce AI content. I've said before, a lot of it is not that bad. And it's pulling from these authoritative sites, right? Because the AI is not coming up with content on its own. So it sounds authoritative. How do you know if it was written by the AI or written by me, an authority in health and nutrition? So I've always thought that they were going to have to sort of figure this out, because there probably is or can be a flood of what sounds like authoritative content coming out. It's not actually written by authority, that's written by a robot. And so they were going to have to start to really emphasize EEAT more. And while they haven't made what the official announcement of what the change is going to be just yet, I'm hoping that EEAT will be even more important in terms of content creation, especially for the Your Life, Your Money space. That'd be a good thing, because that would mean job security for me, not the robots. Another thing that I'm actually really excited about is that YouTube lowered their monetization requirements. I always thought that it was pretty good. You only had to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of views for a year to be able to monetize. And I mean, it's a lot, but I have a Facebook group with 7,000 people in it, and it took me, I don't know, a year or two to get to probably 1,000 or 1,500. Now it's only 500 subscribers, 3 public uploads in the last year, and 3,000 hours of watched content, or 3 million hours of shorts in the last 90 days. I mean, they cut it down by a lot. So if you are a brand or if you are a registered dietitian, I highly recommend investing a little bit of time into YouTube. We talked about last week with that new perspectives tab that Google just put out. They were ranking YouTube content. I mean, they own YouTube. And those lower levels of monetization, I feel like that's definitely doable with a little bit of effort and learning a little bit about, SEO, getting content to rank, how to make good content, that kind of stuff. So I'm interested to see, and I will let you know if this channel ever gets there, because that'll be really exciting if I can make money on YouTube. My kids love YouTube. If I could say, hey, I'm a YouTube star, just like Unspeakable and Mr. Beast, wouldn't that be awesome? All right. And then the last thing that I want to talk about is legal issues. This is going back to the AI, and my wonderful colleague, the dietitian editor, she has been writing a lot about AI and ChatGPT for dietitians and all these sorts of things. She had a lawyer group come in to talk about copyright and AI created content. Before you jump on the AI train and have all of your writers be robots and have all of your content be created by a robot and think you're golden, may not be legally. ChatGPT recommends that you actually disclose that your content is created by AI rather than just publishing it and claiming it as your own. So if you're like literally not changing it at all and just putting it out there, you need to disclose that. The second thing is that anything you type into ChatGPT is not confidential, and they can use it for whatever they want. Don't put your social security number in there. Don't put private company data in there, that kind of thing. I think in the future, they'll start creating programs that are confidential and can still use AI. But for now, it's not confidential. They can take your input, like whatever you type in there, they can take it and they can use it however they want. The next thing is that anything derived by ChatGPT will not be copywritten by the US Copyright Department. So you don't own anything that's created by ChatGPT. Anyone could use the same exact thing, and you can't, sue them or ask them to take it down or any of that kind of stuff. Also, since ChatGPT pulls information from existing content, it plagiarizes. It can infringe on somebody else's copyright, and you will get busted for that. So you want to be careful depending on what you're doing, because it could be literally just copying it off a different web page. and then you're busted for copyright infringement when you didn't actually steal it from the other person, you used ChatGPT, but that is not a legal defense. This will probably be evaluated at the Supreme Court one day of like, if ChatGPT steals something, what's the legal issues around that? The final thing is, since ChatGPT is pulling information from existing websites, it can be plagiarizing, or it could give the same response to different people, like exactly the same. Now, this would probably be more likely if your question was a short one with a one sentence answer. It might give you the exact same sentence than, a longer paragraph or something like that. But you need to be aware of that if you think that this is just an easy way to get things done. We use ChatGPT for various things at RWS. Things that I have found it useful for are coming up with ideas for articles, generating different types of titles. I'll ask it to generate 3 title ideas to our clients. So if I need 3, I'll ask it to generate 10, and then I edit them and consolidate them. Sometimes I'll ask it to write a conclusion, but it always starts with "in conclusion," which I would never write because that's boring AF. I'll ask it to write meta descriptions because I hate writing meta descriptions, but I still have to edit them. I've never just copied and pasted it out of there and then just had it be perfect. It never is that great. It just kind of helps me, I don't know, get an idea. It's easy to get overwhelmed by all the things, but just trying to focus on how to move things forward a little bit at a time.